What's up everyone, and welcome back to Magic Game World. There's a reason Ancient Egypt is one of the best settings in all of gaming. You've got towering pyramids, deadly deserts, and some of the coolest mythology out there. It's just the perfect backdrop. Today, we're dusting off the tombs to check out 9 incredible games set in Ancient Egypt. We've got some highly anticipated titles dropping this year, plus a few recent releases from the last couple of years that are still getting massive updates. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's jump right in. Starting things off, we have a massive upcoming expansion for a breakout survival hit, Soulmask Shifting Sands. Dropping later this year, this completely flips the script by blending ancient Egyptian mythology with mind-bending alien technology. You're surviving in an anti-gravity open world where literal pyramids hang upside down in the sky. But the best part is the base building. You aren't stuck on the dirt anymore. You can actually build custom flying ships, ranging from nimble wooden boats all the way up to massive warships. You can slap an anti-gravity engine on your hull to fly, or throw on sand skids to drift across the dunes. Plus, you get to equip masks that grant straight-up god powers. Anubis lets you resurrect dead enemies to fight for you, and Amun-Ra basically turns you into a walking solar flare. It looks absolutely wild. If flying an alien spaceship is a little too chaotic for your taste, you might want to slow things down and actually build an empire from scratch. That's exactly what you do in Dynasty of the Sands. With an active playtest running right now, we're hoping to see this fully launch later this year. It's a gorgeous, meditative survival city builder that puts you right in the sandals of a pharaoh. You start with just a few mud huts by the Nile and work your way up to a massive civilization. You'll deal with changing seasons, famine, and disease, but the real hook is the villager system. Your people have unique hopes and dreams and will actually come to you with specific requests. The gods are very real here too, and you constantly have to balance their demands. It's a super deep simulation you can easily lose hundreds of hours in. While that game lets you rule in the sunlit overworld, Amenti drags you kicking and screaming deep underground. This one dropped last year in 2025, but it's such a unique, terrifying horror experience I just had to include it. You play as a photographer exploring a 5,000-year-old tomb buried 50 meters below ground, trying to uncover the connection between ancient Egyptians and aliens. Naturally, things go wrong fast. The game relies heavily on a photography mechanic, where you snap pictures in the pitch black. At first, you might just catch something creepy in the background of a photo, but as your sanity slips, those horrors start manifesting right in front of you. Between the hyper-realistic graphics and the insane 3D audio, this game is pure nightmare fuel. If you need a breather after surviving that tomb, let's head back outside into the daylight with the TerraScape Ancient Egypt DLC launching this March. TerraScape is already a fantastic, super cozy puzzle city builder, and this expansion brings a heavy focus on terraforming. Your job is to strategically place buildings to turn the barren sand desert into lush green land along the Nile. It's all about synergies. You combine specific structures to create powerful complexes and massive monuments, all while adapting to the dynamic flooding of the river. It's just a super satisfying, chill strategy game that will easily eat up your entire afternoon. Of course, we literally can't talk about raiding Egyptian tombs without bringing up the queen of the genre, Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis. This is a stunning, ground-up Unreal Engine 5 remake of Lara Croft's 1996 debut. While the story takes you all over the world, a huge chunk of the game is set right in the Egyptian desert. It's incredibly on brand when you remember how iconic those levels were in the original. You're getting all those classic Tomb Raider vibes: ancient ruins, deadly traps, massive puzzles, and crazy mythological lore. Whether you grew up playing the original or you're totally new to the franchise, this is an absolute must-play. If you prefer looking down at the battlefield like an actual deity rather than dodging traps in the dirt yourself, Age of Mythology Retold is going to be right up your alley. This dropped a couple of years ago in 2024, but it's still going strong with massive updates. It's a full remake of the classic RTS, featuring a huge campaign that takes you straight into the shifting sands of Egypt. You pick your gods, call down lightning storms, and command insane units. I'm talking armies of mummies and giant crocodiles that shoot sun lasers out of their eyes. They also recently added an Arena of the Gods mode for solo or co-op mythic skirmishes. It's an absolute blast. Speaking of mummies, what if instead of commanding them, you were trapped inside a tomb being actively hunted by mummies? That's the premise of FOREWARNED. Also released back in 2024, but still getting solid updates, this is basically Phasmophobia in procedurally generated Egyptian ruins. You and your friends play as archaeologists trying to figure out which specific mummy is haunting the tomb so you can grab the loot and get out. The best mechanic by far is what happens when you die. You actually come back as a mummy and you get a choice: hold on to your humanity and help your friends escape, or give in to the curse and hunt them down yourself. Let's scale the action way back up. Releasing later this year, we have Ancient Wars Sparta HD. This is a fully remastered classic RTS that brings the monumental battles of the ancient world into beautiful HD. You get to lead the Spartans, the Persians, and the Egyptians, each with their own massive historic campaigns. What makes this game so cool is the freedom. You actually design and equip your troops with specific weapons and armor, and you can scavenge enemy weapons right off the battlefield. Between realistic naval battles, massive wall-scaling sieges, and an RPG leveling system, strategy fans are going to eat this up. Finally, to wrap things up, let's step away from the magic and look at a game all about authentic history. I'm talking about Egyptian Frontiers. Released last year in 2025, this indie simulation game puts you in the shoes of a master builder. No god powers here, you use historically accurate construction techniques and tools to actually build the pyramids. You manage your people and gather resources to guide your civilization through history. What's really awesome is you can manage your empire from a top-down strategy view and then seamlessly switch into first person to walk around and experience life on the ground. There's a demo on Steam right now, so you can go check it out today. And that is going to wrap up our list of epic games set in ancient Egypt. Let me know down in the comments which one you're the most hyped to play. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Magic Game World for more. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one.